Welcome back to another episode.
Hold on.
Oh, man.
Hold on. Brother John, do you know that we are sitting at a table with a celebrity right now?
You know what? I thought about standing in awe. He was glowing. Did you see the glow?
He couldn't get in the church the other night.
Was his head too swollen?
It was too big.
I think he just got a big head.
That's more like it. I'm not a celebrity.
Dude.
You just know one.
I do know one.
How'd that feel?
It was great. It was extremely nerve-wracking. Beyond belief. I said probably 30 times.
So if you don't know what we're talking about by now, Brother Sean had the privilege of being on the podcast with Brother Devin Birdsong, and Brother Dustin, and Brother Brad, and Brother Brooks at Pod and Me.
Yeah.
And that aired Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was
the 21st. Yeah.
The 21st. Yeah. So I remember him he called me and he's like, dude, Brother Devin wants me to come on. And it was like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, we were talking.
Which, I mean, I think is great. You know,
we were talking. We were doing something. It was me, Mariah, and then Sean and Lissa. And he was gone for a minute. And we were like, okay. He came back and said, guys, I got to stop what we're doing. I got to go get ready. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I'm gonna go be on Pod and Me. And he's like, I gotta go in like 15 minutes because I gotta take like 30 minutes to set up and make sure I'm good to go.
Yeah. So I was fangirling is like what the term I'll use, because I was just like, I get to be on this show. And he called me, or he sent me a text about 6:30, 7 o'clock, and he goes, can you join us on a phone call between 8:45 and 9 o'clock your time? I was like, yeah, I think I could clear out my schedule for that.
Let me see what's open.
I'm a busy guy.
It's a church night. Yeah, Brother Ryan, I'm not going to make it tonight. No, it wasn't a church night. It was a Monday night. But yeah, I was like, I am Scotch tape. I'm clear as tape. I'm done. I'm good. We can do whatever it is. And that was like, obviously just gave me a couple hours to kind of think about it. But the whole time, I'm just like, my nerves are just getting worse and worse.
And to be fair, look, I know we started poking fun at you, but it was really cool when he said my name. He's like, with Brother Jonathan. I was like,
it wasn't cool that he promoted the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
He just said my name.
Whatever.
Hey, it's okay.
I do.
Brother Jonathan don't even listen to the podcast. He's just on the podcast.
He's just here to entertain us.
Yeah,
he's here to bring up Bigfoot and Waffle House and all that stuff. He's just here to
talk.
Yeah,
he is not a supporter behind closed doors.
So the funny thing about
I'm the monkey with cymbals. I'm just standing there banging.
Oh man.
And usually my banging is the mic.
Yeah, that is true.
That is true.
Oh man, the funny thing about that is as we're getting ready to record this, we were going to say a few things, and Brother Sean is like, "Did you get to listen to it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was actually listening to it on the way down here." And he's like, "Jonathan, were you able to listen to it?" And he's like, "No, I didn't listen to it." So we had to sit here and listen to the interview before it got started, and I know that he was listening, but he was also playing on his phone. So it was like in one ear and out the other. But the moment that he said, pulpit to the pew, you got your pastor, Brother Ryan Brown, and you got another brother that goes to church down the road, Brother Jonathan Mitchell. And as soon as Brother Jonathan Mitchell's name got said, he was like, he knows my name.
Which I know. Which, by the way, I do know my name is listed in the credits.
So I had to be the one to humble him and say, well, yeah, he did his research.
Well, yeah. And I said, your name is in the show notes, right?
He's like, oh yeah, but
yeah.
But for me, I'm genuinely an unknown commodity. I think this show is like made the only and to
commodity.
Be honest, I'm an unknown commodity. No one knows about me, and that's okay.
That's one way to label yourself.
Well, what's funny though? The only reason no one still actually knows my name. The only reason why I'm known at all is I don't like Waffle House. I think it's Brother Ricky at your church. When I went and visited Sharonville one night, he said we were all talking, and then it got brought up that I was Jonathan. He's like, "Wait, are you the guy that doesn't like Waffle House?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me."
Man, we ain't mentioned Waffle House in a while.
It has been a minute.
Yeah,
it has been.
So we just haven't been mentioning you.
I know.
No, I was kidding.
we're making him go back to that unknown status.
Yeah.
Well, the last episode we did, I felt I was so like I was in a ball in the fetal position for that entire episode.
I will tell you, that was fun to watch as we were giving the stories.
Oh, dude,
to
I
watch
was
him
like
squirming in the seat.
The whole time
hilarious.
I was thinking, I was like, what's another story that's worse than the one I just told?
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like I said, it was you. I'm glad you guys have those experiences, and I'm also glad that I don't.
But go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, getting back to, Brother Sean, to me, which I do give Brother Sean all the credit.
Absolutely.
Because if you listeners don't know, Brother Sean researched this for like a year. He talked to us about this being what he felt like the Lord laid on his heart and all that stuff. And obviously in the church world, especially in the Pentecostal holiness world, Pod and Me was kind of that.
Forerunner.
I mean, I know that there was others that were in there, but Pod and Me, I think, is how Brother Devin brought it in, and then Brother Dustin and Brother Brad joining, and eventually Brother Brooks, and how they brought all that in kind of made it easier for us to be able to do what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Well, and we've made no qualms about it. They were a big inspiration.
Oh yeah, for sure. When we grow up, that's who we want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we joke, but I will tell you, if me or you probably got on and Brother Birdsong asked, "Hey, will you guys get on a phone call?" And I would be fangirling, and I'm sure. Well, I don't want to speak for you, but I would be fangirling.
Look,
like crazy.
I'll tell you a story. I met Brother Devin last year at Ministers Conference. And that was really cool because I didn't get to go to
Men of Faith.
You
had something going on.
Yeah, I had a
couple funerals.
I had a family member that was in the hospital. I had a church member that was in the hospital, and I had a really good friend of ours pass away. That was our age. That was a really hard thing. So I was between hospitals and funerals. So I just wasn't able to make it. But I got to meet him at the ministers conference. So it was really cool for me to be able to meet him and talk to him and stuff like that. And yeah, sure. I mean, I was kind of like, hey, that's Brother Devin Birdsong. But to take it full circle, we got to go to Bristow last year. And I was at, he came, Brother Devin came to Bristow a couple of the services. And I had my boy Benjamin, who's been on the show, and he's an avid podcast listener. And I will say he is an avid Pod and Me.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you right now, the 2020 song, the COVID song that they sung.
Yeah.
He will listen to that 4 or 5 times in a day. Like I'll randomly, I'll still hear, that song, and he laughs as if he's never heard it before. Like he loves Pod and Me.
Yeah.
So we go to Bristow, and I'm meeting new people. I'm talking to old friends, and all that stuff. And then I see Brother Birdsong come in, and I feel this tug and this pat on my arm, and I look over, and it's Ben, and he's like, "Dad, is that Brother Birdsong?" And I was like, "Yeah, you want to meet him?" And he's like, I can meet Brother Birdsong. I was like, "Yeah, I'll introduce you." So we got to talk to him. It was really cool,
So we got to talk about some things on the show there, and a couple possible collaborations that if things go according to plan, that would be awesome. So after all the conversation stuff, me and him started texting back and forth, and this episode airs the week that Smoky Mountain Minister Conference starts. So Lord willing, this week we're going to be getting together with Brother Birdsong. But if you're hearing this, we're recording this Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, there's an
before the snowpocalypse comes.
Yes, but so Thursday before
Armageddon.
Ministers Conference. And
the biggest snowstorm ever.
Lord willing, if we can get to Tennessee, we were planning on doing a collaboration with Brother Birdsong and have him come to our cabin and do a little one-on-one there, and with another special guest, possibly Brother Carlos Frazier will probably join us on that one as well. But so you can be looking forward to that one. I think that would be great. Another one we're talking about is there's a festival in October that happens in Brother Ryan's hometown called Sauerkraut Festival, and possibly might be doing something during that time around October. So a lot of big things and collaborations going on that I think will be fun and really looking forward to.
Yeah, I would love that, especially the October one, since I don't get to go to Ministers Conference, sadly. I'm going to go one year. I need to go. I want to go. I just don't think I didn't get a chance to go.
This is my first year, and I may not get to go.
No, I think we'll get to this. The snow.
It might be a little bit later, but you know.
Look, we're going to do it. But hold on, before I do this, I got to say something here real fast before we talk about the snowpocalypse. For anybody out there that listens to Pod and Me and then listens to this, and now you know how big of a celebrity Brother Sean Brumfield is. If you want his autograph, or if you want to meet him, or if you want to set up any schedules or anything like that, you have to run it through me. I'm his manager, his pastor, Ryan Brown. So get with me, and I'll see what his schedule is, you know, and in that way, you know, you'll get to meet the celebrity of
and I'll be the bouncer. And I'll be the bouncer.
I got a manager, and we ain't even getting paid, man.
I'll be the bouncer, not because I'm threatening, but because you can bounce off of me.
I don't need a bouncer, man. I got a 9mm. It's got 15 names on it. Just kidding.
No, I'm just teasing. Like I said, I do personally. You know, Brother Sean does all the work to it. You know, I'm just a voice. I'm just a voice in this radio world or podcast world,
and that's
you call
what
it. But
I give him a lot of credit for.
But I do appreciate Brother Devin Birdsong and Pod and Me and all that, especially giving us a shout out. It's
I appreciate you guys. Throwing all that gratitude toward me, but it wouldn't be a show without having you guys too. So I mean, that's our content, is all of us working together. I just
you just do the hard stuff.
Yeah, we
just get to come and have fun. That's really what it is.
Look, I come, I speak, I throw a whole bunch of stuff out there. I leave and go to bed, and he says at church on Sunday, dude, I still got to go home and edit.
And you know what's even funnier though? We get to come here and talk, but he also gives us energy drinks. Like,
that is true. I do.
Not only that, but Sister Melissa loves her pastor so much that she looks for special ones that she knows I like.
And I can't touch them. She's like, these are Brother Ryan's. Do not drink these. And I'm like, I like blue slushy Alani's too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to keep this. All right, guys, confession time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see. When did I go? The other day I went to, I think it was last Tuesday. I went to Kroger's to get a bunch of monsters to load up on them, and they had buy two get one free, and I bought like 15 of them. And I'm not going to joke here, my bill was like $57.
That's like $75 for energy drink.
$57
nice.
Just for a monster.
Just for my guys.
Hey man, that's
just kidding. I mean, I drink them throughout the week, but you know.
Yeah,
we get one every so often.
Well, you could have as many as you want, but if you have a heart attack, just don't blame me. You know,
that's my thing.
I don't need more. I don't even need the one that I drink. But
yeah, I'm naturally energetic. I don't need any extra help, but they just taste good. That Sunrise, the Zero one, is so good.
Dude, we need Monster to sponsor us. So
I'm still hoping that Jack Links and Monster would be a huge sponsor.
Dude, Monster would be, but I'm not ready to get on any dirt bikes and go down any crazy hills and do that kind of stuff.
I'll do it.
Hey, so funny story.
We ignited something so quick.
No. Funny story. I was asked in one of my science classes today about Bigfoot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, if I thought that he was real.
Is it because of the show?
No, it wasn't because of the show. In my in 7th and 8th grade science classes, I'm teaching creation versus evolution.
Yeah.
And so we've hit the evolution part, what they believe, so on and so forth. And like we're debunking, obviously we believe in creation. So we're debunking evolution, where evolution comes from monkeys. And one kid says that we come from Bigfoot, like just under his breath. And then that stemmed. Yeah, Bigfoot. And I kind of laughed. Like it tickled me. It was pretty funny.
Well, it's more personal to you.
So they said, so how do you feel, Brother Ryan, about Bigfoot? And I was like instantly going, man, I wish Brother Jonathan was here because I know what he would be spreading right now. I said, no, I'm not like one of them rednecks that'll spend all my money running through the woods trying to find something that doesn't exist.
Well, they mentioned in Pod and Me, or you did, about Bigfoot and how like none of us believe in it. I'm thinking, wait a minute, I'm still on the fence.
Every episode you change your mind.
That's why I said I'm on the fence. I could be swayed either way.
Dude, you're not on the fence.
What do you think I am then?
I think you.
I don't think you believe in it, but I think because you want to be different.
I don't believe in him, but I want to.
I think you secretly really wish there was a Bigfoot.
I do.
That's what I think.
Absolutely. I wish there was. I don't think there is, but I wish there was. That's why I'm on the fence.
That's not on the fence.
But if there was one more like legitimate Bigfoot sighting, I'm back on the other side that he's real. I will jump on the.
Hold on, wait a minute. Did you say if there's one more legitimate Bigfoot
There's
sighting?
been some crazy videos.
Have you found any legitimate?
I don't know. Maybe.
Dude, these people knew what AI was before AI was ever invented for us to use. All that stuff is made up.
It's doctored.
I know. I'm sad about it.
One more legitimate movie.
Did you see? Oh, by the way, somebody told me this.
Jacqueline commercials don't count.
The other day, you know how we talked about the Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah, the one dude that's been searching for him for 50 years.
He said
he finally
said it's fake.
He finally said he doesn't exist. You know what I think? You ready for my conspiracy theory?
They let him out.
No, I think he found it and he wants to be the only one that knows that it's real. So he's saying, I've done it for 50 years. He's not real, but he actually finally found it.
Did you see the picture of the guy?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I seen a picture of the dude.
He looks like he chews on rocks.
Off his rocker.
Okay.
That dude.
Hold on. I'm trying to So is this kind of like a Greenland, Iceland situation here?
What do you mean?
We call it Iceland, so nobody goes, but it's really green, and we call it Greenland, so everybody goes, but it's really ice. So we found him. So his statement is there is no evidence that he's real for right now. You just wait until we bring her up.
Maybe he found it and he doesn't want anybody else to know. Maybe
that's what I'm saying. Is this what you're saying? Your statement?
Maybe that could be that's my conspiracy theory.
So do you want to know what my conspiracy theory is?
I'm dying to hear it.
The dude wasted all his money and all his life. He found out that his wife doesn't want to be with him anymore. He probably lost contact with all his kids, and he decided this was stupid. Why did I ever get involved? And for a moment, he had some clarity, and he said, "Yeah, it doesn't exist."
That's not really a conspiracy theory. That's probably like facts. That's probably what actually happened. I haven't. See, the thing is I've never been one to like actually go look for anything. I just want to sit at a podcast mic and talk about it.
I will tell you right now, if I told my wife one day, like, I'm going to go out in the woods and I'm going to go find Bigfoot. Like they said, there's Bigfoot in the lake by where I live. Okay. And I went to her and I said, I want to go look for Bigfoot. I'm going to find him. My wife's going to say, don't tell people you're married to me.
You know, you have to admit though, the lake itself is very unique. It's almost
talking about the Loch Ness Lake or whatever.
Yeah, Loch Ness. Yeah, it's actually. I mean, it's almost 800 feet deep.
It is unique.
You know what I'm saying? Like so to say that
Loch Ness, I don't think exists. To say that there's not something that's big, abnormally big,
but the lake itself, like it's very, very mysterious.
Yeah,
with the way that,
and I think that's all it is.
Yeah,
but I can say there's probably. I mean, there's catfish documented
that massive,
are huge.
Yeah.
Okay. All that stuff. So could you see a big fish? Sure. And if you see catfish and they kind of break the thing, could it look almost serpent-like? Sure. So I can see where the legend could happen. But with that being said, like, nah.
No, I don't think it's real, but I just think that you're going to have weird things in something that big.
Well, you are. And there's a lot of stuff inside the water that's not been documented before.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's one of the most interesting. I don't know if this is the case anymore, but at one point I heard we know more about outer space.
We do.
Than we know about our own ocean.
So I don't know if you know this or not. NASA actually started out in sea diving. And within like the first 15 years, they were like, we got to get off this planet. That's why we started sending people to the moon.
Yeah.
So what I want to know is what got them to the point to say,
we're done with the water. Let's go to space.
There's something in the water that we don't like. Let's get out of here.
Do you believe they put people on the moon? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Honestly, yes, I do. I don't know how you could get around with a conspiracy so big and it not be true.
Well,
I do know that if you were to take your phone and take a picture of the moon, that you're not actually taking a real picture of it, but it's an AI generated image, so that every picture that anybody takes of the moon with their phone is exactly the same.
What?
It's a true fact. If you take like you got your digital zoom and you zoom in, when you take a picture of it, all those craters and stuff is an AI generated image of the moon off your phone.
That I never heard of, but I guess I've never taken a picture of the moon.
So I just don't know how you could fool something like that and it be I think it'd be harder to say. Okay, let's just say, I think it's easier to believe that we landed on the moon than it is to say that we convinced the entire world that we did.
They convinced the entire world that we were being taken over by aliens.
When did that happen?
With was it the War of the Worlds that was over radio broadcast?
That's a book.
No. They did a radio.
I don't know anything about that.
So back in the day before there was television, everybody listened to stuff on the radio.
Yeah,
it was a family thing. So they never announced that they were going to do a special broadcast. And so they come on at this time, and it was basically the world being taken over by aliens. And it caused mass pandemonium.
Yeah, but here's the one thing too, though. It's got disproved.
What's that?
It got disproved. Obviously, the world was never taken over by aliens. So that's something to find another thing that is such a great finding or feat in science. I think it's just
what
held them on the moon.
Oh, hold on. What's your perspective? Do you believe we did or not? Are you just playing devil's advocate because you do believe and you're trying to get fool us?
I think we did.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I guess
but at the same time, I'm kind of like Jonathan on this one. It would probably be easy to persuade me that we didn't if there was like legitimate proof. I do think that we did. All the stuff that people use to debunk whether or not they couldn't has been proven that it could have happened on the moon. You know, like the one picture of the flag and they said with the shadows and all that stuff, like all that stuff's been proven that could possibly be on the moon. Okay. So all that stuff. The one thing for me that has always struck me odd is Lance Armstrong. Or not Lance. It wasn't Lance. Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin
was the second guy. So Neil was first.
Neil. That's right.
Neil Armstrong was the first man.
Yeah.
Allegedly, we'll put that in air quotes. Allegedly was the first man to step on the moon, and then Buzz Aldrin was the second.
Neil was the main guy.
Yeah, he was.
He was the dude. Like if you read his story,
one small step for man.
Yeah, if you read his story is tremendous.
I think he's from Ohio.
He's from. He used to live in Lebanon.
Okay, yeah.
Flight is from the state of Ohio. Even though Pennsylvania wants to steal that,
I think North Carolina.
It's whatever, same thing.
So it was
geometry is not my geometry. Geography,
English, geometry,
geography.
The state of Ohio is the birthplace of aviation.
Stupid.
But they did take their first flight in North Carolina. You got to give them that. They did do it there.
They did go up in the air. First.
Again, with that being said, Neil Armstrong would talk about everything but that.
Buzz Aldrin will flat out tell you
Buzz Aldrin
been to the moon. Huh? There's interviews where Buzz Aldrin has said, I may have just butchered his last name, but
no, you're right. Buzz Aldrin
said that we've never been to the moon.
Right.
And he has interviews that says that, and it's kind of like, yet again, like what we said earlier. Is it a Greenland, Iceland kind of thing, or is this just kind of a?
But now Neil Armstrong refused to talk about it.
Well, you know what's crazy is right now they're supposed to be releasing all this information about aliens and documented UFOs and all this stuff, and government documents. But I mean, I've never looked at it, but stating that UFOs, which UFO doesn't have to be an alien thing, right? So
it could be a piece of technology that Japan, China, somebody's trying to, that nobody knows what it is. Or us.
I went to school and
the Sputnik.
I went to school and my last 2 years was at a career center, trade school. And one of my teachers was he was a mason by trade. And he taught, I'll be honest with you, I can't even remember the class that he taught. He taught something like in construction leadership or something like that, like safety and all that stuff, which.
Oh, wait.
OSHA.
Yeah. You said, We got into this conspiracy stuff, and I instantly went to Freemason.
No. Yeah, no, he was not a Freemason. He was a bricklayer.
I went straight to Freemason. I was like,
yeah. I knew what you were talking about.
He was a bricklayer. However, he was a this
dude.
Guy,
what is in this?
This guy.
I don't know geography.
No, you can't even say it. All right.
I don't even know what you said.
He said geography.
I had a stroke. It's fine. Continue.
So anyway, this guy, before he got into being into construction and being a mason, he was special forces in military. So he's seen things, and he told us, he's like, I can't tell you things. He's like, but I have been in places where my orders, as I'll stand in guard, shoot to kill. He said even my superior officers told us, even if it's us and we come at you, nobody has permission to step foot here. It's shoot to kill, no questions asked. And he told us, he said, there are things that I have seen in confidential places that has changed my perspective on what's real and what's not. But we never could get him because it's all
classified,
yeah. Confidentiality. So we never could get him to break plain on what that was. He kind of alluded to the fact that he believed in aliens. That's kind of where all that came from. I'm not even going to touch that subject because
it's not.
I believe that's more of a spiritual realm myself.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But
we should hit Freemasons though.
But yeah, so with that being said, like I think the whole thing, how it happened, and then we've never done it again. And then you have them saying what they said, and then you have the one refusing to talk about it, can cause me to believe that it could have been elaborate. But they had people believing that Kennedy wasn't killed on purpose. It wasn't mandated, and that's not true
at all.
So there's things that people can and will believe with the right push.
I guess my questions with the moon landing, I think we did it. I mean, I guess I understand the era and the time. It was like, who had the bigger club, us or Russia? And we wanted to say we had the bigger club because we landed. But like some of the questions I have, like the moon is like basically zero gravity. What's holding them on the ground? Like what, like, you know how like in every thing, like
it still has gravity.
I know, but it's little. And then the flag,
it's reduced significantly.
Well, and the flag's holding, like the flag's just standing still, right? But it's a still image. But like I said, I don't know. I just don't understand the point of lying about that. What's the point? What did, because it's not like there's a mineral rich thing for us to like, let's go to them
to say that we have the bigger club.
I get that. And besides that though, like
that was it.
So
that's really what it was. It was a race to prove who could do it faster and better, because at that time
Russia went in space first.
You had that whole thing with Russia. So it was a bigger club thing to say that we did it and to create something that did what they said it did, or at least look like it did what they said it did. I mean, there's no question that people's been to outer space.
Yeah, that's,
you know what I mean? Like that's
now
no
Elon's
question.
doing it as a hobby.
Yeah, but his outer space is not like flying up in the satellite outer space type stuff. It's just breaking the plane. Just enough to be classified as a astronaut, travel. And then they're coming back down.
You know, the weird thing is they're going to say eventually they won't be able to do rocket, like lift off and like go into outer space because of the junk that orbits the Earth. I've heard something like that. Like eventually it'll be too unsafe for a rocket to try and pass through the Earth's atmosphere.
That would take a very long time.
Yeah. I understand that, but I'm just
we won't be here by then.
Yeah, I just.
but you
would the flag still be there? You think if
there's no erosion, the only way that it would go away is if an asteroid or something hits it, right? So there's no erosion, there's no water, there's no weather, it's a vacuum. So there's nothing that's dependent on it. According to science, with the way that it is now, the flag should be exactly the same way as they left it. If they put it in one way, facing one way or the other, like the ripple should all be the same.
So let me ask you a question. If you had the opportunity to go to the moon, would you do it?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Really? That kind of shocks me with you.
Why?
I don't know. You seem like somebody that'd want to do something like that because...
I'd be too scared.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, like if I could have 100% survival rate, yes, I would.
But you're not guaranteed that.
But if it's going to be a whole Apollo thing, no.
Would you? Would you go to the moon?
I think I would.
I'm terrified to get in an airplane, so I don't think I would.
I have lived my life forcing myself to overcome fears because I had to. Like, I'm scared to death of heights. But the job I chose, there's a lot of heights involved. Yeah. So I've forced myself to do it. I am one of those ones that sometimes act before thinking, and then once I get myself involved in something, I'm like, how did I end up here?
Like I said,
but if you, so taking your comment though, not to cut you off, but taking your comment, if it was guaranteed that it was 100% safe and nothing would happen, then yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
But the thing about that is like, we don't have that guarantee walking out our front door.
If I was to be,
that's a valid point.
If I didn't have a wife,
that would be young, if I didn't have a family.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
And but you know what? I've said that about other things too in my young life. Of, you know what? I probably should have took that risk when I was younger. But you know what? I mean, it's just kind of, if I thought I'm going to go up there and then I'm going to blow up in a ball of gunpowder, there's just no way I could leave my wife and do it.
I wouldn't get in a submarine.
My whole life.
Oh, that's a dead no.
Submarine, no. Submarine, no, because
imminent
I couldn't.
Death.
Not even the death part. It's the close quarters for a year. You know what I mean? Like
what was the ones ran by like a little computer remote? What were those guys?
Oh yeah, those dudes. Yeah, but that's a whole different technology than what they were.
But what was the name of them guys?
You talking about the one that imploded?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is.
All I can think of is that one video is like, open the door.
But so here's the thing.
I was thinking Titanic. I was actually thinking Titanic when you guys said the remote ones, because they were the ones that were
my entire life. I told people I was going to join the Rangers. I was joining the Army Rangers all the way up until I got saved, and even after I got saved, I was going to join the Army Rangers. And not that salvation stopped it. I'm not saying that. Because then that would be like, you can't be saved and go in the military. I'm never going to say that statement.
Ocean Gate is the company.
I am 100%
like it was something
thankful.
Ocean Gate Titan submersible.
Titan.
Yeah,
it was Ocean Gate's Titan submersible.
So I'm 100% thankful for all of our veterans, and I know good people that serve. But my whole life, I was going to be a Ranger. Like, none of that stuff ever really scared me, as odd as it is. What changed is I started preaching, and then my whole kind of premise of my life shifted. Like the Lord called me into the ministry, and so my premise kind of changed. And then I fell in love with a young lady who finally decided that she would deem me worthy of her time, and I didn't want to go somewhere and her not wait for me.
Yeah.
And so I went the route of, I got married, I started my family, and I started working more in the church and stuff. So some of that stuff, like I was doing it. I was dead set on doing it. So some of that stuff doesn't really faze me. It doesn't really scare me.
I had growing up, I was very minded of what would take me out of church. I had a job opportunity one time that would allow me to travel the world when I was 21 as you make tours and stuff for people.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would travel with them, and in a way, a very glorified tour guide.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to do that. And I was like, dude, that sounds amazing. And then I was like, I would never, ever be loyal to home church.
Yeah.
And at that time I was called to preach. I was like, I'll never preach ever, because I'll be on the road all the time.
Right.
I wouldn't know nobody. There's no, so I'm adventurous. And I will say this, probably one of the greatest compliments I ever got was my brother. And he said, Sean, I'm not like boasting or anything, but he said, I'll give you this, Sean. He goes, if you got something in your head and you want it, he said, you're going to go get it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess that kind of sums me up a little bit, like as far as like trying to do that kind of stuff. So I think going to the moon would be cool, but if it endangered My family.
I couldn't do it now.
We could finally prove that the Earth is flat.
No, I'm not even going to touch that one.
We.
Because it is proved beyond a shadow.
You're back
of a
on
doubt.
the Bigfoot stuff.
That is not.
I'm telling you, if
That
the
was
Earth is flat, there's a Bigfoot,
In a Loch Ness.
and there's an ice wall.
And I'm going to go find it into the earth. I will make it my life's mission.
I want to go skydiving into paradise. Okay.
No, that's what happened to the Red Bull guy that parachuted from outer space. What we're not being told is he found the edge of the earth.
Oh, dude.
So, are you guys hunkered down and ready for the snowpocalypse that's coming?
I don't care.
You know what? I went to pick up groceries today, and I'll probably starve to death because I was thinking when we did the pickup, we were 100% minister conference bound. So if something happens and we get snowed in, I'm gonna be living off ramen. Probably.
Well, so I told my wife, because we have to pick up some groceries too. We just, it's that time of the week
for us.
So I was like, okay, we'll have to pick up some groceries, and we'll get enough to survive if we can't go, just in case we get snowed in. And we'll make sure that we get things that we can take with us.
Yeah, you
know what I mean?
We got
So
a bunch of snacks.
So like stuff that we can eat at the cabin for lunch and stuff. Obviously when you have 4 kids and out to eat prices are what they are, having a cabin is a blessing and a half. Did you see though that they're giving warnings in places? I don't know if it's Minnesota. That'd be hilarious if it is, just because of everything that's going on in Minnesota. But Wisconsin and Michigan are getting warnings for exploding trees.
I did see that.
Have you seen
what?
that?
Yes.
They're saying it's going to get so cold that their trees can explode.
Oh my goodness. Well, I know there was a place, I think it was Alaska or somewhere somewhere in the United States. It was like -50 with wind chill. It was like -50.
Yeah, but that's Alaska. Like you expect Alaska
to be
cold.
-50. But I mean,
they come out in their shorts.
Well, I've seen those guys that live in the tundra.
Yeah.
And they have those dead of winter crazy stuff. And like they have to have a entrance into an entrance.
Yeah.
Because they'll get ice 2 inches thick on the inside of their walls. And they can't get in or out.
For me,
you gotta
I'm only supposed to. I think for Dayton, where I live, it's like 6 to 12 inches, so it's about a foot.
Yeah, I think everything I've been hearing.
but that's still a lot of snow.
I understand.
They're talking like it's going to snow for 24 hours straight.
I understand it, but
but you know what? People's gonna be like, are gonna get up Monday morning and listen to this, and they're gonna be like, "There's no snow out here."
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Like I'm not saying it's real. I'm just saying.
I had a guy come in and he goes, "Oh, you better get prepared for all this winter." And I was like, "I hope they're lying."
Yeah,
that's how they got their jobs. They're good liars.
They can literally induce panic and not get in trouble for it.
Yeah,
and for me, I was talking to some folks today because I work in a bank. So everybody today, are you getting ready for the snow?
Bread
are you getting ready
toilet
for
paper scalpers?
Are you ready for the snow? Are you ready for the snow? And I'm like, it's Ohio. I'm not going to go buy 5 gallons of milk and buy 15 loaves of bread because guess what? It's going to expire before I drink it.
Well, I'm going to buy 5 gallons of milk because a gallon of milk is in one day.
That's your normal week grocery.
That really is.
But like it's not.
Have you ever heard Henry Cho?
No.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
He's a Chinese.
The name actually.
He's a Chinese, the most southern.
He's a Chinese comedian that was born and raised in Nashville.
Yeah.
So
the name sounds familiar.
So he's full-blooded Asian, but he talks like a Southerner. It is absolutely hilarious.
I've heard the name. I think I've heard.
He's got a lot of stuff on Dry Bar.
Yeah, but he talks about when somebody's mom was the last one at the grocery store because you're making sandwiches out of hot dog buns.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Like, I just think some of it gets overblown. You're not going to be snowed in for.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if we get 8 inches of snow, let's just say we get 8 inches of snow in a 24-hour period, we are going to be snowed in for a while, especially in smaller towns.
So
I'm going to tell you this.
It's not that big of, well, okay, for you guys, yes, but for me, my roads get plowed immediately.
But they won't when they get 8 inches of snow. You guys will be secondary.
Yeah, you won't be the first priority.
It'll be the highways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I live on a major highway, and it gets clean. You know what doesn't get clean?
Your driveway.
It's the 3-foot snow pile that they put at the end of my driveway. And you know how long it takes me? My driveway is 150 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it takes me for I got a steep hill, and it's so hard, man. Some days, like it could be like a half inch of that nasty wet slush, and I gotta like go down my hill and like gas it to get up to the top, and then a car comes, and because you can't because the way I'm, people who don't know, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm in the middle of nowhere, but I'm out far enough to where there's a bunch of trees and cornfields where I'm at. But like as you go up my driveway, there's a hill on both sides, and then there's a bunch of trees on the left hand side. And once you get up there, and you're like, get to that top, like I'm gonna make it, and then here comes like this little Toyota Camry like coming up in front of you, and you're like, I gotta go back down. You know, that's what's irritating to me.
And that's gonna be. I will say, like I said, I'm not taking it serious enough, but I don't know.
But you're close enough. You could walk to Kruger.
But at the same time, though, am I like scared to death? No. Like I'll drive in it unless it's the level 3 snow emergency.
My biggest fear is losing power. I mean, I've got plenty of gas and stuff in my garage right now.
I don't think we're going to get that because I'm
worried about the ice. The sleet that might freeze.
But it doesn't sound like we're going to get a ton of that. It sounds like that's going to be more
the
south.
snow. I think we're getting
whenever we get it, somebody is always attracted to a electrical pole.
Yeah, well, they don't know how to drive.
Hits them.
They've lived in Ohio for 40 years and don't know how to drive in it.
One year we had a guy just up the street here came out. I don't know what he was doing. He was riding his motorcycle and he cut off a guy. He got clipped and got thrown off his bike. And then the truck went through and hit a pole. And like my whole street was like shut down for like 8 to 10 hours. We didn't have any electric for a long time.
Kids at my school were like, we're going to be out of power for like a month. They're talking like we're not going to have electricity for a month. And I was like, well, if that's the case, we've got more problems than power.
That's a long time.
So they go, how long? What's the longest time you've been without power? 2 weeks. I went 2 weeks straight without power. And that was when Hurricane Ike came through and knocked the power out. And my street was the last street to get power.
I think mine was like 4 days. I think mine's been like 3 or 4 days.
I think I've went a week.
Yep.
The worst thing that ever happened to us, we had a winter storm when I was a kid, mid-2000s, and the home I grew up in was built in the 20s. And so every year we would have a pipe bust. Well, one year our upstairs pipe busted, and we came home from church, and it was, I want to say it was like Christmas Eve or something like that. In our bathroom, had a waterfall coming down in our bathroom. So we had to turn it off, and it was too cold to go to do anything. We had to go stay with our grandma for 3 or 4 days during Christmas. That was the worst year I'll ever forget.
Is there a trick? I've always been told if you're worried about your pipes freezing, to turn your water faucet, trickle it a little bit.
Yeah, keep water running. Yeah. It's harder. That's why it's harder to freeze moving water.
Yeah,
it's not, but it's not a
foolproof.
It's not a proven solution.
Because like because where my sink and stuff is like all of my plumbing runs right underneath my kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Another thing they told me is like open up those doors.
Yeah, open up the
your
heat can go.
I'll tell you what, it made such a big impact on my mom and dad in the wintertime. You can go in that bathroom and it's 89 degrees. It's like a sauna in that place.
Well, like I said, I'm not underselling. I understand that this could be really dangerous. There's going to be a lot of snow. My biggest fear though is other people with it, because that's the thing is it's just nobody can drive on ice. Yeah. Nobody can be like, I'm really good at driving on ice. Okay, you can say that, but you hit a patch of black ice going 30, you're tail spinning. Good luck, have fun. But my thing is like the people that just they'll go either really, really fast or they'll go at a snail's pace. I prefer the people that go at a snail's pace. It's just that like you've lived in Ohio for all of your life. You should know that there's going to be.
How do you know that they've lived in Ohio their whole life?
I'm just assuming. It's just
see, that's your problem.
That's because
you run off of assumptions. Yeah. Maybe they lived in Florida up until the last 5 minutes.
They go back to Florida in the winter.
But to be fair, 85% of Floridians were once Ohioans.
That's true.
I will say most people that live in Ohio are lifetime Ohioans. Most
or they were once in Kentucky or somewhere.
Yeah. The joke is nobody moves to Ohio.
They did it one time, but they did a lot of. That's why a lot of your history is Kentucky, West Virginia, and stuff like that, because they were getting away from the coal.
There's a lot of people. Some of our cities in Ohio are some of the fastest growing cities.
Yeah, like Columbus. I know Columbus is a big one.
Columbus is the top 30 I know in the United States.
Because Amazon, I think Amazon was building stuff in.
Amazon's there. Yeah. Google is just put in a new thing there.
I think NVIDIA is even trying to build there.
In Ohio. The state of Ohio County around here is one of the fastest growing counties, and that was Warren.
Well, it's a rich state. I mean, there's a lot of history with Ohio, and
we've got everything.
It's the heart of America, is literally what they call it. So.
Ain't that our logo is Welcome to Ohio? We have everything, or something like that.
No, I don't know.
I don't know about that. But
did you see? I was seeing it because Ohio claims to be the birthplace of aviation, which it is. The Wright brothers were here, so it's the birthplace of aviation.
I said that I got crucified earlier.
No. You said flight first took place. I said it's the birthplace of aviation. I didn't say you get crucified. They did take their first flight in North Carolina. That is documented proof. But anyway, our lovely governor of the state of Ohio created new license plates that was boasting that we are the birthplace of aviation, and it had the Kitty Hawk. The Wright plane, and it had they were flying a banner on it, and it was saying something about being the place of aviation. Of course, North Carolina is trolling it, right? Because they are the first place of flight. And again, they're not wrong, because they did take flight first
in North
Carolina. So you can't debate that. That's just part of history. But anyway, so they released this because now they're like, this is documented. It's on our state license and all that stuff. It's actually the new licenses that you could get now.
It literally says birthplace of aviation.
Well, when they showed the picture of this, the North Carolina government or BMV or whoever started trolling them because they put the banner on the wrong side of the plane.
Oh no.
So when it was the picture of the plane, they put the banner on the front side of the plane, so they had the plane in the wrong direction. They're like, you guys are the birthplace of aviation. You don't even know which side's the right side of the airplane.
It's like a DeWine movement.
And that's where you say, yep, I'm a useless nut.
I'm a Buckeye.
That's what I tell people all the time. Yep, I'm just a useless nut.
A useless nut. I love it here, though. I love it.
That's we're the only sports team that has a fruit as a mascot.
Oh, and a marijuana leaf on there. That's what it looks like.
Okay, so funny story about that. I had an Ohio State shirt in high school that had it just had the Buckeye leaf. I got in trouble at my school. They sent me to the office and said, you can't wear that shirt. You're promoting marijuana usage. I'm like, it's an Ohio State shirt. It's a Buckeye.
That's what it looks like. I hate to say it. That's what it looks like.
So I literally got in trouble, which I could wear it after. They're like, oh, sorry, we're stupid.
Well, if it was Lissa, we'd all be going to Strawberry Fields. If you listened to our episode, you'd have caught that.
Sorry.
In your absence.
Hey, I've been here.
We were talking about, I know that.
Yeah.
This is our Christmas episode that you need to watch. Or listen, actually, that video will be coming up very soon.
The problem, okay, can I defend myself here for a minute?
No.
I'm going to anyway. So
I don't think there's a defense here.
Buckle up. I'm defending myself anyway.
I think it's time to close out the podcast.
The reason why.
Thanks for listening, everybody. It was
the reason why I was an avid listener of our show when I was going to work, and it was perfectly bite sized. I worked about 30 minutes, and then I would have like a little bit of time because I would usually get there early, so I'd get to listen to a podcast on my way to work in the morning. Now I work 5 minutes from where I live, so I don't get that same level.
How much other entertainment do you consume on a daily basis?
Let's end the episode.
Do you know what I thought he was going to say? The reason why I was an avid listener is because I was on all those podcasts that I listened to.
Goodness. I hate it here.
Brother Birdsong mentioned my name.
Your head still can't fit through the door.
Guess what? I was on the show, baby. All right.
Oh, man.
He's never going to let us live that down.
I hope you enjoyed our ADHD podcast here. let us know. Do you agree? Disagree? Did we land on the moon? Did we not? Is it all a hoax? Tune in for next week, and maybe we'll find out a little bit. Thanks for listening.
Shout out to Pod and me. Have a good night.
See you guys.
See y'all.